Hi guys. Sorry, my voice is still a bit croaky. So, turns out a couple of weeks ago I actually did have COVID. So that's come up in some testing that I did later on. And I'm actually still on the mend. It's taken a couple of weeks to get to a point where I can actually get back into the gym and start feeling human again. My voice is still kind of a bit touch and go, and I've had a few respiratory issues as well that seem to be lingering on. And the reason I bring that up is because I've also enrolled in a breathwork course, and I've also recently done some travel. So breathing or breath is kind of front of mind, so to speak. And I've also been doing a little bit more reading around motivation because I'm creating a few more resources, lead into the course and the program about to relaunch, and potentially some webinar topics as well. So just doing a bit of broad reading and just framing the sort of things that I want to say. And so the reason I bring this up is because I'm going to actually pose a question to you. So if you were in an emergency situation, I pray and hope that that is not the case. Well, pray is probably not the right word because I'm not particularly religious, but I would hope that you never find yourself in this situation. And obviously we have some pretty good safety protocols when flying around what to do in an emergency situation. And you may recall as well, even if you haven't been travelling for a while, that the advice provided is that in the case of emergency and the oxygen masks come down, that the first thing to do is to fit your own before assisting others. Now, how many of you, if I asked you right now, would say 100% I would fit my own mask before helping others? That's just common sense. Yep, probably most of you, right? The question is, I challenge you on that in a respectful way. And the reason being is, if that's the case, then why on a daily basis are you choosing not to resource yourself or to do self-care or to look after your health and fitness to the degree that you want to? Because if you're not doing those things, you're allowing the needs of others or what's happening around you in your environment to dictate what you actually need to actually best place yourself to be able to handle everything that you've got going on. Then are you consistently demonstrating that you have what it takes to put your own oxygen mask on first? Because hopefully we've never been in a position, right, where you would need to test whether or not you actually would put an oxygen mask on. But in our day-to-day life, we're constantly doing that. Now, you might be a parent and you're always constantly putting the needs of your kids first. You might be working for a good organisation that you have fires on a daily basis to actually put out, and you stop everything you're doing to go and attend to the squeaky wheel or the so-called urgent emergency or put out the fire, so to speak, right? But how many of you actually take, say, 30 to 60 seconds to actually breathe, reset, and think about the priorities and what you need to be able to be at your best, to be able to actually unlock that situation and get back to what you need to be doing? So my challenge to you is, if you're struggling to make a change and you want to live a healthier lifestyle, whether you want to get on top of your fitness goals or whether you want to eat better, whether you want to sleep better or have more energy or have more strength, have more longevity and all those sorts of things, then what are you doing on a daily basis to demonstrate that you'll put your oxygen mask on first? Because the reality is that when it comes to having a base level of fitness or looking after our health and so on, we need to make those things a non-negotiable. We need to resource ourselves first so that we can actually serve others. Now, we can use the whole cliche around you can't pour from an empty cup and so on, but I don't think that really hits the nail on the head, because you need to treat your self-care regime as seriously as you treat your need to breathe on a daily basis, because that's essentially what you're doing. So they're my thoughts for today. Let me know what you think after that. And if you want help putting on your oxygen mask, well, I've put on mine and I'm ready to serve. So let me know.